Alright, while I figure out if I'm going to queue up to continue the Eden questline, queue up for the Shiva raid with an actual group at level 80, or try to find somebody to duo it with me at level 100, I haven't made that decision yet. So in the meantime, I'm gonna start on the, like, these are the role quests, I think. They start here with Br'uk Evu. He's the proprietor, or at least the person currently behind the bar at the Xbalyav Ty'e, the place where the eating and drinking and stuff happens. This quest is called Uncouth Customers, and it should lead to the role quests like in the Crystarium. They were very fun. I would like to do them again. And my Pictomancer is level 98, almost 99, and, you know, a good source of some experience points. Although, the next, from 99 to 100, I'm assuming it's going to be about 24 million experience points, which means 994,000 is kind of a drop in the bucket, but not bad. But anyway, Uncouth Customers, level 90, here we go. Tuliyollal is where we're at, by the way.
Mercy, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust with it.
Br'uk Evu is a lion man of a kind of red-colored hair.
Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly.
Okay. I will grab a seat where you've pointed out. Cutscene, by the way, sitting at this round table. He sits opposite me. His lower torso seems to be wrapped in white bandages, but it seems more like it's a fashion choice than actual wound. The rest of his upper torso is bare.
Yeah. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Br'uk Evu, proprietor of Xbalyav Ty'e.
By the way, that is, well, next time it pops on the screen, I will spell it out so you know how.
As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Rral, and sometimes further, come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago.
He looks over to another table,
Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul.
The table's empty, as are the chairs. We get a black screen. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes, we see on the black screen. So we have a flashback. We have a lady with a mammoth, maybe a dragoon, maybe a rogue type. I'm just seeing feet and legs right now, so it's all kind of guesswork. We have a Vieira female with purplish ears and hair, wearing a black dress, a lot of bangles, like golden bangles and other kind of like snaky stuff along her arms, and some tattoos as well. Black cape, probably an astrologian if I'm guessing by her, like the moon thing, the moon jewelry in her hair as well. As this is the first time we've all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. That's the voice I'm doing for her for now. We'll see if it sticks. I am. She raises her hand, and a lion lady comes over to try to take her order. Welcome, welcome. What will you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. The lion lady just nods and goes back to the bar. Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Apyahi. That's Apyahi. Apyahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the passage of the Unbound, my secretive, villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. The bartender and the lion lady who came to take the order both turn at this and gasp. An arrogant woman sitting beside the Vieira, whose face I can't see yet, but geared maybe... We'll see about it here. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. Maybe she's a reaper? The lion waitress shakes her head twice, eyes still wide open in disbelief. Apia, he says, what do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? A haughty man, paladinish geared, or maybe it's cloth, so, I don't know yet. My only interest is to punish all who've dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. Yeah, the gear isn't metal. Could be a machinist. I don't know. We'll see. I think he's an Elizin. I think his hair is also purple. We can only see the bottom half of his face right now. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. The lioness waitress is getting more worried. A taciturn man, the fourth at the table. Wait, no. Yeah, fourth, but I think there are 5. Says... A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I think there's 5, but we'll see. Okay, whatever. I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. She stands. And in so doing, we shall become unbound. She's pointing off in the distance. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. It's raining. She's pointing outside. We just get a zoomed out view of the eatery that we're at. She sits back down. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. Another person who I had not seen seems more bard or dragoon kind of geared, like kind of scaly green, gold, white, black motif. It's almost kind of like eagle. What's his name? Hawkman, a little bit. Snobbish man. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? I don't know what voices I'm going to do for the gentleman who I can't see faces except for the Vieira, so... If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tyrol. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. A smile, another smile, another smile. The 6 at this table have a smile. We see a zoomed out above view, and finally the last lady, white dress, thighs bare, black boots almost up to the knees. She's the one with the mammoth at her side. Did you say artifacts? Oh ho ho! I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. Mirthful woman. She has a white hair and a ponytail. We can see the back of her head right now, nothing else. Kind of a black half cape on the back of her body. My imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tyrali continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Rral Majun, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, Bring them across the sea and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. We still don't see faces aside from hers. We do see that kind of green, gold, black, white armored person has a helmet that has some horns. Like the helmet's green, the horns I think were goldish. We'll see it. We'll see more of them later on when I do all the rolls. I take it there are no questions, says Apyahi. She stands. Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. The rest stand one at a time. The lioness waitress comes back over, but they all leave the table. They didn't order a single thing. And then we're back to present.
That's the long and short of it. What do you think?
My options are, they might lack discretion, but they seem formidable nonetheless. Or, they left without ordering anything, villainous indeed. They left without ordering anything? Villainous indeed.
It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect, and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like.
I'll give him a couple nods. Eyes wide open for some reason. I'm not... Okay, yeah.
Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story. Then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Now, I know you've business in Rral, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take the time to hear Rral, R-R-A-L, space, Mary A. J. U. Nancy, Rral Majun, out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. It's the lioness waitress. She's been watching our conversation and smiling. She does a double hand wave to me. He stands, walks back behind the bar. Rebel, your face is a mess.
Not sure that's the correct words. Probably not. Can't mount. Why try? You talk to Rral Majun to finish this quest. Sneeze. Pardon me. I'm muted in time. Cutscene talking to Rral. Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. A Mamulja comes up to us. Raholja is his name.
Greetings, Rral Majun. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share?
A nuisance? Why, perish the thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted Mercy has agreed to aid the search.
Finally, a fortunate turn. Makes way more sense than what I was thinking it said. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our home shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship.
I give a determined nod to him.
But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliyollal in search of aid.
We have a Hume female, seems a little bit unsure of herself, dressed kind of like in like Native American kind of patterns and colors. Her name is Loaze Nancy Ikwe. Loazenique. Nope, hold on. Lozenique. Lozenique there comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires... God, stop calling me Metro Government of Nashville. I don't live there. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector. Someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. So that would be for the tank role. Black man, bald head, human... more of the square-jawed variety, has a staff at his back, so he could be black mage or white mage. Gear is like leather, whitish pants with some red wraps at the bottom, brown boots. The heirloom that Nancy Y I Paul I Nancy E. Nipin. The heirloom that Nipin must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. So he's probably black mage. Vieira, blonde hair, blonde ears. Has some blue and black straps across her chest area. She's wearing a fur collared jacket, but it's leather the rest of the way down, like an overcoat kind of thing. Black gloves that go all the way up past elbow. A couple belts across her waist. Maybe a machinist. I don't know. We'll see. The search for Shashepyas. Sam H A Sam H E Paul Y A apostrophe Sam. Shashepyas. The search for Shashepya's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. So she wants a melee DPS. A coat female, dark black, like blackish hair, not too dark. Hands kind of folded in front of her. Wearing red cloak. She seems to have a cape. I can't see the color. It looks like really kind of brownish, maybe. Some black lines. It's like a cape, like a cloak dress, red and black cloak dress. And lastly, there is Shuhei. Tom Sam Uuhe. Sue, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, aside that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. So that's ranged magical DPS. He's probably a tank that wants a physical ranged DPS. Aren't you forgetting someone, Rahuja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. He looks taken aback. He's got a sword and board, which makes, tanky. Rahulja. Oh, it's Rral's voice. Rahulja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Rral Majun. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Mercy. Let's see. Of course, I'll share all that I know on the matter. You only need to ask. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Tyrrell and maybe even further will be in your debt. I do plan to do all of these. Pictomancer is my last... Okay, not entirely true. I do have Summoner, but I am probably just going to be leveling that as Scholar alongside Astrologians. Like, I try to pair up or trio up to share gear. But anyway, we get 994,560 experience points, 1,000 gil. Uncouth Customers is complete. You've gained access to the role quests of Dawn Trail, separate storylines, blah, blah, blah. Speak with the, yeah. Oh, sorry. The name of the tavern is X, so X-Ray, Bravo, A-L-Y-A, Victor, space, Tom Y apostrophe E, Xbalyav Ty'e. I think they probably said it in one of the cutscenes that actually like is part of the story and has voice acting, but I don't know. I don't remember for sure. Anywho, Rral, myself, and Br'uk Evu, we thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I think I am gonna get started on the ranged magic DPS. It's only gonna be so long before I actually get Pictomancer to 100, so I think I am gonna stop. I was getting up every morning just to do a dungeon on her through the duty finder, duty support. Sorry, just solo it, get it done, get it over with. But this is more fun, so this should maybe get me up to 100 eventually, but probably not. There's not that many quests to do. But yeah, sorry. We thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm gonna do the next one post haste. Bye bye for now.